Notable artist Kyle Stuckey is bringing his show, 50 Portraits of Charleston, the heartbeat of the Holy City, to the Principal Gallery in Charleston this Friday. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with Kyle one-on-one. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. And listen to this interview later on iHeartRadio. Kyle Stuckey.
Yes.
It's so good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Well, you are making news because obviously you are an established art artist here in Charleston. And the City Paper wrote this back in August 15th for this year. It reads this, the headline that is, "The Principal Gallery presents 50 Portraits of Charleston by artist Kyle Stuckey." And they actually say this in the particular article, quote, "In a world full of chaos, artist Kyle Stuckey has decided to bring the community together through the power of art." When you think of Charleston and its power in art, where does your mind go to?
Well, I've only been in Charleston for a few years. And obviously I've been an artist for 13 years, and it's my full-time career. So for me, art is my life. And obviously this community has a lot of, obviously art from architectural art, but then obviously there's the gallery scene, and they support the arts obviously extremely well, which is why I was drawn to the city. But I mean, for me, art is an essential part of life, and it should always be somehow in our communities and in our lives in some way or shape or form. But so
And that brings me over to your latest show,
right.
50 Portraits of Charleston, the heartbeat of the Holy City, and it opens Friday, October 5th at the Principal Gallery.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's showcasing 50 portraits of everyday low country residents.
Right.
What is the heartbeat of the Holy City right now in your mind?
Well, I think this show is supposed to represent the community and the people that make up community, and that is sort of the heartbeat of the city, is the people in that community, from all different walks of life, all different career paths. Yeah. And that's what the goal was to try to represent, is all those different people that sort of bring their passions and their skill sets into a community to make that community better and hopefully thrive.
And you also said this in the press release, quote, "I want to create a show highlighting the beautiful diversity that makes a vibrant community and showcasing the people that work to make this city the best it can be. I also believe that art in all forms is one of the most important aspects of life. Like most people, I grew up thinking that the only two types of people did art, the wealthy who could spend lots of money, or the strange starving artists who created the art. How do you look at art now?"
Well, art now is obviously every part of my life. And growing up, I didn't have a lot of kind of art in my life, or fine art in my life. When I got introduced to art when I was 17.
Wow.
And then I kind of fell in love with it right there. And it was something that, I went to museums and I appreciated art, but I didn't really grasp kind of how much it would affect my life until I started learning about it and studying the techniques of, in my case, oil painting. And then it sort of was a snowball effect. I kind of just fell in love with it, and so now it is my life, in a sense. And yeah, I couldn't be happier about what I'm doing and able to do something I love every day. So
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And going back to the 50 Portraits of Charleston,
Yeah.
obviously, as you mentioned, you're using oil painting for this.
Right.
And I know there's some notable people whom I've interviewed for Quintin's Close-Ups in
Sure,
that
yeah.
portrait. Mayor John Teckelberg, I believe Rob Fowler, I believe Carolyn Murray, and a couple other people. When you were creating those paintings,
Mm-hmm.
what did you learn about those people in the paintings that you didn't know before?
Ooh, well, a lot of these people, that might have been the first time ever meeting them. And we would do a photo shoot and an interview. So not each painting's obviously the painting, but then we're also going to have bios that were written. My fiance, Taylor Duvall, did all of that work. So the project wouldn't have been quite to this scale that it is without her. So that was, obviously I wanted to paint for me it's the visual sense of this person and that in that sense, but we wanted to give a little insight as to who they are, or not just who they are, but just what they like and their preferences and why they like Charleston. And so those bios kind of give you a little insight to kind of who they are as a people. And for me, I mean, it was fun that was sort of the most fun about this project, is meeting all these different people. As you know, interviewing people is fun. It's fun to kind of meet, you find out about things that you wouldn't necessarily normally know, and you realize that people are extremely interesting, and their lives are interesting. Yes. Even if at first sight you think, oh, that's sort of, maybe it's not as interesting as you once thought, but people are pretty interesting. At the end of the day, you go, wow, I think we stepped back from a lot of these interviews and thought, man, these people are amazing and interesting, and a lot of people do a lot of good for the community and just for their neighbors and everything. And so it's been fun to kind of hear some stories of just the things that people, the way they live their lives and the passions they have. And, yeah.
And you talk about the community. Obviously, I believe that you're going to be giving 25% of all of your paintings sold to donate to the Teacher Supply Closet.
Yeah, 25% of all the sales on those portraits will go, to the Teacher Supply Closet. We wanted, since this show is representing the community, right, we wanted to find a way to give back to the community, as much as we could. So we were thrilled to be working with them. They're obviously an amazing organization that helps supply underfunded schools and teachers, and that also, we wanted to tie the importance of education and our future, our youth, that whether it's education in math and sciences or the arts as well. We need the next generation to be able to thrive. So hopefully this show will help that a little bit and help support the amazing work they already do here. So.
And obviously, when the show closes on Friday, for the 50 Portraits of Charleston, the heartbeat of the Holy City, what do you want people to walk away with?
I want them to walk away thinking, what a beautiful group of people that exist in this city, and have maybe a new or a strength and appreciation for portraiture work. I love representational portraiture and figurative work. It's obviously why I do it for a living. So kind of twofold. I want people to maybe kind of have a little different view as to, not a lot of times when you see portraiture work or figurative work, they're people you don't know, or they're hired models or something like that. And this time when they walk in, it'll be their neighbor or the shop owner or someone that they know and maybe have a real personal connection with. And I'm hoping to also grasp that. I want people to walk in, if they know whoever it is, I want them to feel like I captured not just their likeness, but sort of their essence of who they are as a person. And so that would be my ultimate goal. And just to feel, kind of good about being a part of something that is so, community oriented. I think it's fun to have people modeling, not many people model for an oil painting anymore. We take selfies all day long, and we do, photos and things like that, but it's kind of rare to be painted. And so I thought that was kind of a fun aspect too, and to tie that in with the people I meet every day,
And if someone were to design a portrait about you and your future, how would you want it to be designed?
Ooh. That's a tough one. I guess I just want to be able to leave some sort of positive mark through the art form that I obviously love. And if I can make someone feel good when they walk in and see a painting or something like that, I want them to feel, if I can just pass on sort of the passion I have for art to somebody else, either that's one person or millions of people, over time, then so be it. But I want to pass on the passion of my art form,
That's so great to hear. Well, Kyle Stuckey, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Take care.
Yes, sir.